What's going on, everyone? This is Gaurav and welcome to my learning channel. So I'm starting a new playlist for MySQL. This playlist will be divided in two parts. The first part will be for beginners and the second part will be for intermediate, which will progress into more of the advanced lessons. So this is the first video for beginners. As a part of this video, we are first of all going to install MySQL on our computer. Now I have a Mac, so I'll take you through the process for installing it on Mac. However, even for Windows, the process is kind of very similar. Now this installation process will be divided in two main parts. So the first part will be installing MySQL and the second part will be installing the Workbench. So Workbench is the UI with which you interface with the data. So I'll take you through the step by step. So let's get started. Right, so we'll begin the installation process for MySQL. First of all, we'll come to Google and we'll just simply search for installing MySQL for Mac. You'll get multiple links. So let's just go to the first one, which is installing MySQL for Mac OS using native packages. So right here, it will take you through the step-by-step process. Now, the process is kind of fairly simple. And of course, we don't have to kind of go through the process right here because once you will start installing it, then it will also become fairly clear. Now, right here is the link. So we will go to the link. And as a part of the installation, you can select different versions. Now, 8.2 innovation. This version has some issues. I've tried using it in the past and it does throw a little bit of an error. So we'll go for a 8.0, but feel free to go for 5.7 as well. This is probably the most stable version. Now in terms of operating system, so I have ARM chip, which is M1. So I'll go for that. And then you can install it via .gz file or DMG files. So we'll go for a DMG because the installation here is simplest. So you just simply click the download button. Then afterwards you come here. So we will just go for no thank. Just start my download. And then download process starts. Once the download process is complete, you just take the file and this is where you see the pkg file. You just simply click on it, bring this here. So you will have to allow it for the installation to begin. Now it's a step-by-step process. Feel free to go through the terms and condition, but of course I'm not going to do that in this video. We agree to the terms and conditions. So you can also go ahead and change the location, but by default location is also fine. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. And then you simply install it. So it will ask for your Mac password. It'll take a minute. Now this is where I think you can use the legacy password encryption, but given this is going to be a decommission at some point in time, so we'll just go ahead with the strong encryption. Now this is where you create the password. To make sure to remember the password because this is the password that you will have to enter again. And that's about it. That's pretty much it. Oh, actually you will have to enter the password one more time. And with this, your installation for the first part is complete. Now you can just simply go ahead and move the installation file, trash. Now this step is really not needed. However, if you want to make sure that your installation was successful and there was no issue, you can just simply go ahead and check it out. So let's just simply go to Spotlight, search for terminal, and the place where you have installed it. So this is the command you should use. So this is the place where by default it gets installed. If you have changed the location, enter that, and then -u root and -p is for the password. Now this is where it will ask for a password. So you enter the password that we just created. And at this point in time, you should be able to see MySQL. Now, once you're in this terminal, you can just simply go ahead and start typing your queries. And as you can see that you are all set, your MySQL is running as intended. Now, as you can see that I just triggered this code from our terminal. So this is not very user friendly, and that's why we will go ahead and install a UI. In order to install a UI, first of all, we go again to Google. So here, we just simply search for install MySQL Workbench for Mac. Workbench is the UI. So we go to the link. Now here, you simply select the version of your OS. Now for me, it's ARM chip. So I'll go ahead and select that. Now I have only one option available here. So I'll go ahead and simply download this. Again, no thanks, just start my download. Once my download is complete. So once you do this, it will look something like this. So you just scroll it and then this will start the installation. At this point in time, you can just simply go ahead and search for Workbench. So as you can see, there is a Workbench that is already installed. And now you are in your Workbench. Now, if you want to connect this Workbench to the MySQL instance that we just installed, you go here for the local instance. This is how your overall UI is going to look like. So you're all set at this point in time. So in the next video, we'll get started with how to create, well, first of all, the database, and then also how to maintain the database. Then afterwards, we'll get started with how to create tables and how to operate on the different tables. So thank you so much. That's all for this video. Have a great learning.